for our little conversation. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video yesterday. So my whole goal is to, give you something to make you feel like it's something you would have done yourself in some ways. And I am humble in basically putting myself out there. Anything that I speak to you about, it's not on a book or anything. It's more so from personal experience. So I hope somebody's listening. And if I can be any assistance to anyone going through this, I'll be more than happy to assist. If you can just subscribe below and, message me or leave me a comment, then I will do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. Well, tonight topic is hmm, that one is very meaningful to me. It's hanging there. Hanging in there is something that I had to learn to do. Um, it's kind of going at war, and you did not know you were gonna get into the war, and while you're in it, you don't know how long it's gonna last. So you have to make every day count. You have to basically muster your strength and um, make sure not only today you get through it, but there is something that's left for tomorrow to get you going, kind of type. Um, there used to be time for me when I did not know how to go on. Um, and when things like that comes for, I'm kind of like a person who a lot of times if something is going on with me, first thing I will do is kind of like most people say the hermit crab attitude. I would go in and not really talking to anybody, um, kind of like go within myself and thinking that, well, if I don't talk to anybody about it, so maybe I'll feel better. Well, a lot of times it work. It depends on when you go in silent, what do you do within the silence? So if you go silent and you just like sit in the corner, you moping, you crying, and everything, yeah, you do cry. Okay, so those of you who are watching right now, going through a situation of domestic abuse. It could be verbally, it could be physically, it could be emotionally, and it basically takes everything out of you. Let me tell you, I understand. When I tell you I understand, I do because it's personal to me. I've been through it and I've been there. When I said I've been there, I truly understand. Um, you really don't know what to expect the next day. So when you are in that struggle and you are going silence, what do you do within that time? Do you like be a finger happy, like texting your friends about everything you're feeling? Or do you go on Facebook and typing everything you're feeling, like some people do that? For me, I don't really believe on that one. It's kind of like putting stuff for the whole world to feel because emotionally you're feeling a certain kind of way right now, but tomorrow or a few hours from now, you might feel a little bit different. Then once you already put that out there, it's not anything that you can take back or say that, well, I didn't mean it that way. This is how I meant it. So for that, if I had to suggest something, I would say, well, if you're feeling that way, you emotionally drained or you tired, you don't know what's going on and how to move forward, I would say journal. Journal does work. You get to write stuff and then later on you get to read it. I have a journal that I started and I'm not a poet of any kind and I don't claim to be and I don't think I ever will be. But I wrote some stuff on there that was just like, did I actually write that? And there are some of it that was like, wow, how did I come up with that? Because when you go in quiet, you go in silence, it's kind of like it's a time more you're not talking, but you have a chance to listen more. Listening to yourself is one, and sometimes you have a chance to listen to God because the silence means something. So within my silence, I used to journal. That's something you can do. And also, I prayed a lot and I read a lot of books. And I used to actually, instead of going and talk to a friend, I would actually go. If you can't go to Barnes and Noble and buy a book, girls, ladies, go to your thrift store because there is plenty of books out there that another sister or another person who was going through something have read, and when they finish with it, they, you know, donate it. Then you can buy it for a lower price, and that book can actually help you get through the day, and along the way that can actually give you some lesson on how to go on for the next day, so you can keep on keeping on. Because in this situation of domestic violence, you have to keep on keeping on, because every day you got to pray God for the energy to keep on, because you can't let this get the best of you. It cannot, because we are not made, we were not created to be abused by anyone physically, emotionally, or verbally. We were not created to be that way. So when we go silent, there are things that we can do that are positive that can help us later. And we can, now that I am free of this and I've been delivered from it, and I can tell the stories. But along the way, my ladies, it was not easy. It was not easy. And as a mom of two, I had time when I cried myself to sleep, but I still had to have a smile on my face for my children. And so they don't really see me cry, because at the end of the day, when you're a single mom, you got to be strong. Not only strong physically, emotionally for your children, even though when you get to your bed, you just cry your tears out. And you can't let them see that, because they need that strong woman that you are. But the vulnerability that you have, you can let loose where God can see you that way. And he likes for you to be that way in front of him. So you humble yourself. So going silent does not mean you don't take action. And as you reading, as I was saying, if you're reading, it's building you emotionally and mentally. It's preparing your mind, because going through domestic violence, having a strong mind, having being mentally strong, it helps tremendously. And it helps you not to be broken. So the main goal is, when somebody abuse you emotionally, it's like they trying to break you. They're trying to break you, like where you cannot think for yourself, because they make you feel little, or that person make you feel like, well, you're not made, or you're not characterized to be in my presence, kind of thing. But I want you to know, and just believe that when I said it, God is good. God is amazing. He knows how strong you are. And when you come to him humble, he infuses you with his strength, with his power. So the emotional, um, I would say, beat down that you are getting, it's not gonna get through to you. It might try, just like when the devil is trying you. When the devil is trying you, my sisters, the whole goal, the whole ultimatum is basically for him to make you crumble, and for you not to get up, for you not to have a bit of strength to do or say anything, for him to win. But one thing I know, is that my God is so powerful. He does not give orders to anything that is less than Him to be in your life to take control. Because control into my life, control into your life, control of anybody that you know who are going through this is into God's hands. When the devil needed to attack, when the devil needed to attack Job, he had to ask permission from God. But God knows who his servant was. And he's like, all right, go ahead, try it. He did try. But there's not anything that he could do to break that because his faith was so strong and he believed so strong in God. There's not anything the devil throw at him that he did not have a rebuttal. My sisters, I want you to read and read and read and read again. I've read so many books, it's ridiculous. One of my favorites was at one point in my life was The One Out Woman. And also I have plenty of favorites, but The Purpose Driven Life was one of my favorites. And I like that book because it has like workout that you can do in there, like exercises and stuff like that. It did helps, like you answer a question. It's like you are going to school, but it's something that helps you to um, see what you done yesterday and how you moving forward in it. But trust me, you will see it one day and say, "Oh wow, I did go through that. How did I make it through this?" But God knows. He knows what your struggles are. He knows how tough they are. He knows how fast they are. He knows how long it's going to last, even though he's not going to tell you how long it's going to last. But he's building character into you. He's building a message into you. He's putting you into school to earn a degree that no one in this earth can actually give to you. The experience that you're earning during those tragedies, the experience that you're earning into those struggles, it is going to be served in ways that no mankind can actually explain, no mankind can actually understand, because you are built to serve others. You are going through those struggles so you can serve others, because there are going to be some people who are not as strong as you are. Not because God cannot make them strong, but we are not all built the same. So the way you're taking stuff, the way you receiving things, and the way you dealing with what you're going through, everybody deal with stuff different ways. Like for me, I go quiet, and most people, they talk, they just like go all out. But sometimes I feel like if I go quiet, like there is a more stronger answer or stronger response to what you said or do to me, that I feel like it's touching you more. So for that, I read a lot and I build my mental strength, and I build um my wall around me, which I feel strong around, and it gives me a stronger connection to God. And through that, as I'm reading, as I'm praying, I'm feeling closer to Him. And to be honest with you, I was already a Christian, I was baptized and everything, but going through all of this, I become closer to God. And in ways that, I mean, I'll be sitting in my car, for example, I'll be talking to Him just like I have a friend that's sitting in my car that I'm giving a ride to. And sometimes you just gotta do that. Sometimes you don't have a place to put your knee down and pray, but you just have to say, "Well, Father, I'm here. I'm on this road. Um, I don't know what's gonna happen in front of me or behind me, and I know what I left behind. So, Lord, I want you to take control. I'm gonna hold these wheels, but I want you to take control of them. I want you to lead me and guide me." Sometimes you gotta make some straightforward prayers because you're not in a position where you can kneel down, close your eyes, and everything because you're on the road. So Going quiet doesn't mean you are really quiet. Going quiet is basically find another way to redirect your emotion, redirect your hurt, redirect um your way of thinking. Change that, convert that, because whatever's coming at you, the way you're receiving it, it's a negative. So if you can find a way to channel that into a positive, you will actually find some benefits for you. You will realize that your anger toward the situation is not the same strength. Now, even though we are not made to be hurt, we are not created to be that way. But what's going on with us, it's the devil's work. Because the devil doesn't want, if you are a wife and your husband is doing these kind of things to you, the devil does not want families to be together. He comes in to steal, kill, and destroy. So if there is a family that is flourishing, that is doing very well, with everybody's in agreement and whatever, girl, you're gonna be under attack because he doesn't want you to be like that. Because the more chaos there is the more the devil loves it. So tonight, my message is hang in there. Hang in there. I cannot tell you how long your struggle is going to be, but he knows how long it's going to be, because only him knows how long you can hold on. Only him who knows how long you can keep on with that. He's not going to keep you in there for you to die, or not rescue you when you need, but you while you in there, you got to know who you depending on. Are you preaching the word just because somebody said it? Or do you believe on what you're praying? Because if you trust and believe in the Lord, that He is your shepherd, He is your rescue, He is your savior, He is your rescuer, He is your judge, He is your sheriff, He is your father that comes and rescue you in the battle of it just about anything that's happening to you. Trust me, believe me when I tell you he will rescue you, he will rescue you. So going silent does not mean staying silent. Going silent only means to rebuttal what's going on, and put it in a different perspective and redirect it into a positive. Let's do that, because trust me, your struggles are not as strong as your victory. Your victory is higher and more powerful than anything else. So this is my message for tonight. Know that I love you. Know that I'm thinking about you guys who are going through this right now. And every day I'll try to bring you something different that I've gone through, that something that helps me to move forward, something that helps me to even being here today to talk to you. Okay? So I love you. I wish you guys a good night. Hug your kids and hug yourself. Okay? All right. Good night.